video went, okay. So Dad bought this toy, I mean car, and it is a really cool convertible in case you haven't noticed. And there's some really cool things about having a convertible to drive around. I mean, it's not my convertible to drive around, it's Dad's, but Carolyn and I asked Dad if we could borrow the car. I felt like I was 16 again. It's kind of cool. Of course, this makes for some really interesting shots when you're trying to do a YouTube video. You got the aerial shot, you got the inside the car shot. Carolyn said I can't put her on film today, so we don't have a Carolyn shot today.
It's a stroll down Corn Lane.
A Mitsubishi Eclipse. Dad takes it to the VFW, I don't know, twice a day sometimes, and he gets out in it. We're glad to see Dad getting out and driving around, and he's having a blast enjoying his convertible, his toy. And we enjoy Dad having fun with his convertible, but today Dad threw me the keys. We're out here back on the Skyline, honestly just enjoying fall weather. I think it's like 67 or 66 degrees up here on the Skyline. Absolutely beautiful, the sun's shining. Man, who could complain? You know, I think convertibles make me look fat though. I've had a truck, small trucks, big trucks, other than this horribly depressing time period that I had a Ford Taurus. I tried desperately to forget that time period. It lasted a long time. Didn't like driving a Ford Taurus at all. And I'm not sure that I'm what you would call a convertible guy. I mean, I like the convertible, it's nice. I just like driving a truck, that's all. I mean, I don't know. So when you come to the Skyline, there's always a possibility of seeing bear, big black bear, and that's awesome. But the thought occurred to me, how awesome is that if you're in a convertible? Something to think about. I guess whatever vehicle that you're in though, drives like this are gonna have a different perspective. I mean, it really does look different and feel different on the Skyline Drive when you're in a small convertible instead of a large 4x4 pickup truck. I mean, it just changes the perspective. It's kind of interesting. life really is all about perspective. It's amazing how you can see the entire world differently just from a different car or a different house or a different job. Then suddenly the whole world looks differently from your vantage point or your perspective. And I always try to keep that in mind, is that if I'm talking to somebody, to try to see things from their perspective, to see things in their shoes. It seems to help me a great deal. I know that as things have changed back and forth in my life and gotten better and improved, or those time periods where things are horrible, it is always good to remember it's all about perspective. I was talking about that Taurus earlier, that, it's my least favorite car, but do you know what I remember about that car the most? Is taking a family of 5, trips to Michigan to see my wonderful family at Christmas, trips to Florida, vacations, trips all around the Southeast in that Ford Taurus with 3 kids in the back and my beautiful wife beside me. I mean, those are my memories, and the Ford Taurus. Stickers all in the back seat windows. I mean, from the kids, you'd leave the grocery store and they'd have the stickers, and my son Nathan and Anna, they'd put the stickers on the side windows. And I remember those days as opposed to the drudgery of driving a Ford Taurus when I was the uncool dad. But you know what? That car was good to us. It was very good to us, and we had it for many, many years. Granted, I don't want to go back to the Ford Taurus anytime soon, but it's amazing how my perspective has changed even about that Ford Taurus. You can call it a different perspective, a different way of looking at things, just backing up and trying to see a problem or an issue from a different light. It's like Mr. Rogers. Come on now, you've watched Mr. Rogers. And by the way, you have seen this field before, but it was a different season. It's complicated. Wait, are we still talking about convertibles? Am I wearing the same shirt? And speaking of rock climbing, shoot. Yeah. Speaking of rock climbing, I did it again.